And what's up, you guys? Welcome to the Mango Grove. My name is Krisha, and this is today's Bitcoin analysis video. So just yesterday, Sean actually did a live stream on Arbitrum. He picked an altcoin and he decided to do ARB. It was an interesting chart, very systematic analysis. So if you guys did not catch that and you are into Arbitrum, you're looking at the coin, make sure to go ahead and give that video a watch. Okay, there's a lot of good, good information nuggets in there. Now, I wanted to cover Bitcoin specifically today because yesterday in the live stream, I noticed that a lot of you chimed in and you're just like, oh, what about Bitcoin? What about Bitcoin? What about Bitcoin? So I'm seeing that there's still a lot of interest on Bitcoin, and rightfully so. It's even at the last time, the last time we were in this sort of market juncture back when Bitcoin was sitting at around 3 to 5K. People's interest sort of gravitated. It's crazy to see how the interests change, in the market. In this phase of the market, everyone's into altcoins, but as soon as we get into this prolonged consolidation where everyone's biases are checked, everyone goes from shitcoiners to Bitcoiners, you see that interest group actually changed from altcoins to Bitcoin. However, here's a quick sort of a lesson I learned, by the way, in that instance. Now, guys, I'm just like you, okay? Like, I messed up too when I first started trading. I was heavy into shitcoins and I lost because we got into a bear market and I was actually very close to blowing up my account. And however, I too went from a shitcoiner to a Bitcoiner around this region right here, right? But that sort of got me a bit complacent. And why? Why complacent? Because it was during this entire phase I was learning about TA. Sean sat me down. He's like, Krisha, we're going to learn technical analysis together. I'm going to show you how this is done. Okay, you're not going to need the videos. You're not going to need to look at anyone else's analysis to get conviction in your positions. So he sat me down. He walked me through the TA. He made me really learn this stuff, right? However, I was still really scorned. I was still really burnt. I became a Bitcoiner during this instance right here. However, what happened there is that I was very underallocated in the altcoins. And we know how altcoins move when we do get into a bull run phase, right? During this phase, okay, this phase of the market, it was Bitcoin's time to shine. But this entire phase right here, if you are underallocated in altcoins, you're losing out on a lot of freaking alphas. It's just about understanding when to position, okay? So if you are someone who is scorned by the altcoins, I'm saying check your biases when the time is right. Is the time right now? I don't think so. I think it's still Bitcoin's time to shine. But there is going to come a time where the altcoins are going to shine, and that's going to give you more bang for your buck. But it's about knowing when to take it off the table, okay? So this is why I keep telling you guys, hunker down, learn your TA, because your TA ultimately is going to give you the foundations to tell you when it's time to start taking those profits. All right, so with that little sort of, wisdom nugget, I guess, from my experience, so we can get into today's price action. Now, in my previous video, I told you guys that, hey, Bitcoin finally broke out of its range of consolidation. I gave you guys a major target and the most immediate targets to the upside. Of course, I will be giving you a quick recap on that. However, I want to drive in one thing. I told you guys that, hey, we might see a pullback opportunity. Now, where did we find that major sort of sign that we could see a minor pullback? That was found on the Mango dashboard, right? We were looking at the trend. Now, I want us to go ahead and assess the trend once again, because the last time we caught the pullback opportunity on here, all the trends were swinging long equals bullish across the board. Now, if you had your alerts on, you probably caught the trade when the reversal actually came through. However, the last time we covered Bitcoin, what was giving us the major tell that we might see a pullback here? That was the volatility on the 4-hour time frame, right? The volatility was swinging these high red numbers, very frothy numbers. When I see red numbers, I'm like, I'm not buying here, man. We could very well see a pullback. I'm going to wait on the pullback, right? So we saw the volatility flash those high red numbers, but now notice what's happened to that 4-hour volatility. Okay, it was at 78 or something, and now it's back down to 11, so completely crushed once again. However, that 12-hour is giving us a high volatility read, so could we see an additional consolidation in its range? Perhaps. Okay, but what this really gave us was, it basically told us to be patient on the bid, and I gave you good bid zones as well, based on the new feature on the dashboard. Now, guys, for those of you who signed up for the dashboard, there is a 7-day free trial, so go ahead, give it a whirl. But if you get on over to your Mango view, we have like this new kick-ass feature on here, which is the FVG indicator. And what does FVG really mean? It means fair value gaps. Now, I will be adding a few documentations on FVGs and how to read them under the guide section. I'll try and do that either today or or tomorrow. Okay, now we actually spotted an FVG on the daily time frame. All right, so this is something that brought up to your attention, and we came up with pullback targets based on this FVG level. So let's go ahead and bring that up once again. And did price come down there? It did, right? We saw a slight front run of the FVG, but look at that freaking pullback right into that level. And that's what I mean. When you see these FVGs, now we actually managed to comprise all of this in one click of a button. Okay, it's usually the proficient traders that have to look at price action, then draw on these boxes, but we have now automated all of that for you. Okay, that way you know when it's time to be patient, and as far as the patient bid is concerned, you know what prices to gun for on the chart. Now, we highlighted this box for you last time, so we were looking at that section to get tested. Okay, so price came down there, got a slight front run, but bounced right off of it. Okay, the whole theory is that the FVG actually leaves a bit of a liquidity gap in the chart. Okay, so this usually causes an imbalance in the market, and those imbalances tend to turn into magnets for price action. So when price does give us these FVGs, these fair value gaps, we usually see price get pulled into the gap. Okay, so and that's how we can come up with those better bid opportunities. Now, could we see another pullback into that FVG level? Perhaps we could. Okay, now one thing that's alluding to that once again is that 12-hour volatility index, right? It's telling me that we could see Bitcoin consolidate a bit further before we see the next move to the upside, essentially getting all of these volatility indices back into equilibrium, back into that orange zone, back into the blue zone. So now question is this a good region to be adding to the trade, or is this a good region to, I don't know, perhaps be, well, getting into a position if you're still left without a position? Well, for that, let's get into the chart and see what the chart is telling us. Okay, so now we're still seeing this consolidation, well, stay put. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go ahead and draw out that FVG, that fair value gap on our charts, okay, very, very quickly. Perfect, so here it is, okay. Now, question is, can price come down to tap this region or perhaps even lower? Well, for that, let's get on over to some of our lower time frames, okay, particularly the 4-hour time frame. So what I'm seeing here is that price actually lost the 10 SMA, and then we managed to reclaim it on the last 4-hour close. Okay, so this is looking like a bullish setup so far. However, if I have to anticipate another move to the downside, okay, essentially getting back down to that FVG region, that bid zone, I will be looking for another break back down past that 10 simple moving average. Okay, so I want to see the next 4-hour close underneath the 10 simple moving average, which is currently coming in at around $30,000, $30,010. Okay, so that is the region I'll be looking for a close. I want to see a candle close under that region for me to anticipate another touch of that FVG gap. Okay, so at which point I think we'll be forming something like this. This is going to be a bullish falling wedge. And notice if we come back down to give that another graze, we'll also be testing the 21 exponential moving average as well. Okay, so what price could end up doing is something like this. All right. However, that said, so this is one of the criteria that I have, right? So this is the first scenario when we break that 10 SMA, move down to the 21, bounce off of it, and then activate that bullish falling wedge to the upside. Okay, that's the first scenario. The second scenario, and the most plausible one for now, is basically another move to the upside. Okay, what am I going to be looking for further continuation from Bitcoin? I want to see price essentially break this region at around $30,300, basically a 12-hour close over that region. Okay, so the 12-hour closes in the next 5 hours. Okay, in 5 hours, if we manage to close the 12-hour candle over 30,300, I'm saying this likely sees continuation to the upside. Okay, so that's the second scenario. The third scenario is a deeper pullback into the FVG zone. Now, when does that happen? If we break the 21 EMA to the downside, so I'm looking for a 4-hour close underneath the 21 EMA, okay, those confirmed closes underneath the 21 EMA, I'll be looking for a test of the Kijun, okay, coming in at around 28.9K. All right, so these are the 3 plausible scenarios, but what I want you guys to notice here, now I know that people are just like, Krisha, pick a side, even I can do this, right? Bullish, bearish, yeah, blah, 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 blah. Listen, this is all a game of probabilities. What I need you guys to focus on is hinges, okay? A hinge for your trade setup. What is your hinge? Because that hinge is also going to be your invalidation point. Now I'm looking at one of the bullish hinges being the 10 simple moving average. Essentially, price bouncing off of the 10 simple moving average, breaking 30,300, and then continuation to the upside. Right? The second hinge, if we break the 10 simple moving average to the downside, what is that telling you? Well, hey, if you're a bullish on Bitcoin, guess what? You might likely catch a better bid on the 21 exponential moving average. Now we have three hinges that we have highlighted on this chart. One being 30,300 for continuation to the upside. So basically a 12-hour close over that. Will I be then looking for continuation to the upside? The second hinge is the 10 simple moving average. If we lose that to the downside, that's when I will be looking for, well, further downside, perhaps a test of the 21 exponential moving average at that point. Okay, now these are all critical levels. These are not based on diagonals. These are based on the 21 exponentials. This is based on the fair value gaps. This is based on the 10 simple moving average as well as resistance to the upside. Okay, so find the hinge that you can base your trade off of, because that hinge is inevitably going to become your invalidation point as well. You now have a way to manage those trades. These are the three plausible scenarios to watch out for. Who's got the edge here? Which one of the scenarios has the edge here? I'm saying scenario number 2. Basically the scenario where price actually sees continuation to the upside. Okay, I think this consolidation is bullish. We start taking out 30,300 on the 12-hour close. I'm saying further upside for Bitcoin. Question is, where to from there? Well, my targets, guys, remain the same. Okay, we've been talking about some targets now for some time. Targets remain the same. And let's go ahead and bring that up very, very quickly. First target to the upside comes in at the Kijun. I'm going to take you guys on over to the weekly time frame, guys. Kijun comes in right now at around 31,900. Okay, from where price is at to 31,900, that's going to be another 7% to the upside. In addition to that, of course, we have our volatility-based target as well. And this is it. So you can actually draw out a red box territory. And if we get up to the Kijun, I will not be surprised if we actually see price manage to get all the way up to 33.4K as well. Okay, so this is going to be the next target range for Bitcoin, the most immediate target range. Okay, 30 from where price is at to 33.4K, that's going to still be a good 11% to the upside. Okay, so these are the major targets to watch out for now. Is there anything else that I wanted to cover on Bitcoin's chart? So far, guys, overall, overarching picture, bullish. Even the 4-hour consolidation for now, for as long as we're living over the 10 simple moving average, I'm saying that's bullish. Major target to the upside that I had brought up to your attention last time around, which came in at around 42.2K. Of course, price still has a long way to go before we get there, but there's a lot pointing to 42.2K. Okay, now this is one of those major targets. I told you guys that, hey, if Bitcoin starts closing a monthly candle over that region, I'm saying we're likely getting into euphoric stage. Now there's an equation behind this that I found that has worked like a dream on all past cycles. I'd actually gone over it with you guys on one of the other videos. I'm not going to mention which one because that was Edge. However, for those of you in the Mango Seed program who did not catch it, okay, and you asked me in the comment section in the previous video, what I'm going to do for you guys is that right here, so this is the Discord chat, under Seed Resources, okay, I'm going to be linking it under Seed Resources. Okay, so if there's anything that's very, very key, anything that could be edge getting into the next bull run, I'll be posting it right here. And there you have it, today's analysis on Bitcoin. Of course, guys, if you have any thoughts on Bitcoin, if there's any questions that you may have on price action, let me know in the comment section below, and I will be more than happy to, well, answer your questions. I actually wanted to go over another theory, just primarily based on the Ichimoku cloud. However, there's no time for that, unfortunately, today, and because it's an important topic, and it's one that could bring about additional edge, I'm going to leave that for tomorrow. Okay, I'm going to sort of have a very dedicated video on just that. Now, this was massive props to Sean for actually bringing this up. So, yeah, it'll either be me doing the analysis or Sean basically bringing up the entire cloud theory once again. Okay, so yeah, we'll leave that for tomorrow. Now, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure to smash that like button. I will be covering altcoins throughout the rest of the week, so if you guys are interested in any of the altcoins, make sure to subscribe if you haven't already done so, if you want to keep up with the latest mango juice and altcoins. Alrighty, I'll see you in the next update with this. Trade safely, trade stress-free, trade the mango way, trade the easy way. Ciao, you guys.